Hi everyone, Matty Wyatt here from Reptile Cribs, just here today to talk about myself and my business. As you can see behind me here, there's a couple of my enclosures that I build. These are my standard ranges. I also deal with custom, fully custom. I'll build racks, coffee tables, custom size enclosures. Again behind me here, you can see I do TV cabinet conversions. Pretty much anything you want, enclosure related. I can source accessories. I now stock accessories. Not a big range, but enough to do all your heating needs, lighting needs, and basic accessories. Example, hides, bowls, phone backgrounds, as you can see in some of these.
So we've got an exclusive look today from Reptile Cribs at the CNC Flat Packs. So can you explain to us a little bit about what CNC is compared to your old style flat packs?
Absolutely. These are new flat packs that are cut by a CNC machine, which is computer controlled and cut perfect. What it also does is put these cams and pins in, which is for easy assembly, very similar to an IKEA product, but much better quality. Built in the Australian products, the machines are much better quality and do a 100% job. As you can see, all the pins, they line up very easily. Once all the pins are in, this will literally take minutes to assemble. So that's something I'm going to be here to show you guys today, and you can see that shortly.
Well, it's a good example as well because it's all pre-cut, pre-drilled, so to speak, and
yep.
You just put it all together, and I'm sure if they ask nicely, you can knock a few things in.
Absolutely.
It's all about being polite. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's, like you said, an IKEA product, similar to. And
in terms of assembling easily,
yeah,
versus needing trade skills or specialised tools to do so. This is the Reptile Cribs Flat Pack CNC build. I'm just going to show you guys how to assemble it quickly. Most of them are done to save time, but just as an example, I'm showing you these are the pins, and there's cam locks that go into these ones. It's quite simple with a drill. They can also be put in with a screwdriver. Quite simple if you don't have some of the power tools that I might have. As you can see, very simple with a Phillips head screwdriver. You will need a hammer. If you don't have one, your neighbour will. You'll be able to borrow it. One catch, these got to go in nice and straight, but they're very simple. A couple of taps and they're done. Okay, I've got a couple more of these little pins and should be ready to assemble. Rest has been pre-done, so once that's done, takes a few minutes and it's ready to assemble. This here is a groove for LED tracks. It's an optional extra. Won't come like this if you don't order it, but if the enclosure is ordered with LED tracks, it'll come pre-fitted with flush mount LED tracks. And if you take a look over there, you can see one that's set up previously. And now I'll explain to you how the box goes together. So you've got to make sure that the 2 pins, rather than the 3, goes to the front, which is pretty straightforward because the 3 line up, but it's a matter of simply just pushing them into the cam locks and turning it with a screwdriver. You need to do all 3 before it becomes tight. And that's it. If you order it with a LED groove, there will also be another groove for the cable in the side of the enclosure there for the cable to run through. This one is just an example. There's no LED as such. Okay, this is the back piece of the cabinet. The cams we use, they go to the back, very back of the cabinet, so they're not visible, and they're pretty much very easy to use. You line them up and they just pop in without even tightening them up to start with. Very simple. And once you've done that, you go around and tighten it with the screwdriver. Turn them clockwise like any typical screw. Turn them until they lock. You will feel it. They're very simple. Very easy to use. Done. Alright, now we've got the, from here we do the other side of the cabinet. Like so. These are also universal. They're made so if they're on the left hand or the right hand side of the cabinet, they make no difference. So whether you build this upside down, left to right, it really does not make any difference. And basically you cannot get it wrong. Once again, the 2 pins need to go to the front of the cabinet. It's easy to tell. The 3 pins line up at the bottom very easily. So the other side of the cabinet's on. It may be a little bit harder to push because you're lining up 2 sides of cams and they do sometimes cause a bit of tension on each other, but still very simple. Do the cams up on the inside, along the back here again. And from there it's the top and 2 rails. So we've got the top here, better come around that side. And once again they just line up the little cam, they pretty much just drop and pop in. That one doesn't quite, but I'll fix that. That's it. This should always be done with a Phillips head screwdriver, just because the screws aren't that strong and the cordless drill can actually damage them. So it's best to use Phillips head screwdriver. Put a couple of screws around the back here to finish off. After this, we've got 2 rails, so flip it on its back, get the 2 rails. These will be different, but they'll be labelled top to bottom, and like most things, they will pop in quite easily. Grab the other rail. Pop it in, and once you flip it up again, that's complete. Okay, this is a finished product. Example for the video only. As you can see, there's no tracks. If you bought these items, they become fitted with proper door tracks, top and bottom, labelled correctly, and the flat pack kits also come with glass. The glass doors have polished edges, and they literally just drop in like any glass sliding door. If you guys would like to know anything else, please contact Reptile Cribs on the Facebook page if you've got any information or if you're after a quote.
So talking about your enclosures, you have 2 different styles. You've got your standards and you've got your custom stuff. So what can you customise your standard stuff?
Yeah mate, as you can see here, these are all my standard designs, but they're all slightly different. Basically the box is the same shape all the time, different size, same design. Other than that, for customising, we customise it to suit different reptiles. You can see here the cage, which would suit snakes. If it was for lizards or other types of reptiles that didn't need the heat protection, I would be putting just a ceramic fitting, which you'll see also on the video. I have many fittings available. These again are my standard designs. They're actually designed around these foam backgrounds. So So they slot in very easily, so there's another way that they can be customised. And one thing I offer to all my customers is, even if they want my standard design, they can change anything, the sizing, the rails, the air vents. I'll put large air vents in, I'll put remote control lights, I'll put fans to suck out the heat, all sorts of things for different setups. So even my standard designs are very customisable. It's basically just a box, and then I customise it to suit the owner or the reptile. I also do completely custom design, custom size, as mentioned before, anything reptile related.
So talking about custom built stuff, you've got a few different examples here, and one behind us as well, a conversion. So you've got the rack here, which was a customer job, was it? Yeah,
this was for Sean. Thank you, Sean. He's ordered this. Bad example, but he has ordered it to suit a 14 litre system of tubs. This is unfortunately a 7 litre, so it's, as I said, bad example. But it's designed perfectly to fit 3x3, so 9 total system of tubs, which can be bought from Woolies and Coles, which most people know.
On sale as well, it's the best time to buy.
On sale, 50% off, 100%. So this is pretty simple. It's designed around the system of tubs. It's not quite finished. It will have a heat core groove, all taped in there with heat tape and control, temperature control for the thermo, all that sort of stuff. So it will be ready in the next few days. So this is an example of something custom.
Perfect.
Up here is a bit of a prototype. I haven't marketed or sold any of them, but it's basically a transport box. It's a fully secure see-through transport box to transport your scaly friends wherever you need to.
So it's a good conversation, that one too, where it come up and you just talk and complete another crap, and then this comes up in conversation. You go, how about we transport some snakes, and
yes,
and go from there. And it actually looks really good. We'll show you a really good roll of it, and it's quite good for a prototype at that.
100% escape proof. Made sure of that, so this will suit venomous snakes as well as normal snakes.
And what's the last thing you got down here? You got a coffee table down here as well, so it looks like he does it all.
This is a coffee table. Again, it's kind of a prototype. I've made one before. I haven't marketed them or sold them, but plan to in the very near future. There's a few changes with this one. I've now got a hinged lid, and the front panel can either be a fixed glass panel or typical glass sliding doors like the rest of my enclosures. That's pretty much a custom order.
And you had something similar to this at the Reptiles Expo.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
My very first coffee table that I made was a white one. Similar sizing, was a prototype again. This is got a few changes, hinged lid, the sliding doors, and I plan to put glass panels in the top of the coffee table as well for viewing through the top.
Because that had a fair bit of interest at that expo.
Yes, it did.
It looks fantastic. You could have, a lizard in there, you could have a snake in there, or whatever you want.
Yep.
Because it's custom, you can work with the customer and go from there, essentially.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll put any sort of heating, any sort of lighting, make it specific to whatever reptile you keep.
Alright, so we had a fantastic time here today talking about enclosures, customised stuff, and I hope you learned how to build one of his new CNC flat pack enclosures. Like, it was a pretty easy build, to be honest.
They're designed that way, very simple.
I think I can make it myself, and I'm not that great.
That's alright, I can make it too.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, that's perfect. So definitely hit up Matty for any enclosures that you're looking at getting, customised or not. He is a sponsor to CBTV, so thanks heaps for that.
No worries at all.
It's good to have you on as one of the last episodes for the series. So definitely thanks for the time out. I know I've kept you on your feet for too long, but definitely subscribe to this channel. Hit Matty up because he does some great stuff. I've got heaps of his stuff at my place. And I'll see you for the last episode, which will be the bloopers one. So keep an eye out for that one.
Thanks guys.
See you
later.
later.